Light of the Intellect, The Journey of St. Thomas Aquinas. In the stone halls of Roccasecca Castle in Sicily, young Thomas often sat by the arched windows, gazing at the distant horizon. While other boys his age played at being knights and soldiers, Thomas turned to his mother, Theodora, with a question that reached far beyond the castle walls. "Mother, what is God?" Theodora looked into her son's quiet, thoughtful eyes, and realized that his heart was tuned to a calling far more profound than worldly power. As he grew, his family hoped Thomas would become a powerful and wealthy abbot. However, Thomas felt a different pull, the humble, intellectual life of the Dominican order. To stop him, his brother Landulf locked him away in a cold stone tower. Inside those narrow walls, Landulf tried to break his brother's resolve with threats and tempers. But Thomas remained silent, using his solitude to memorize the Holy Scriptures and strengthen his mind. After over a year of captivity, Thomas's faith remained as solid as the tower itself. Eventually, his family realized they could not chain a spirit meant for the sky. Thomas finally donned the simple black and white habit of the Dominicans. Together with a fellow monk named Anselm, he began the long journey on foot toward Paris, leaving behind his noble titles and the comforts of his inheritance for the sake of truth. In the city of Cologne, Thomas became the student of the great teacher Albert. Because Thomas was quiet and physically large, his classmates mocked him, calling him the dumb ox. But after reading one of Thomas's brilliant essays, Albert stood before the entire class and declared, "You call him a dumb ox, but I tell you, his bellowing in defense of the truth will one day be heard across the entire world." Thomas became a renowned professor at the University of Paris, a place where the greatest minds gathered to debate. He taught his students that human reason was a gift from the Creator, and that it could never truly contradict faith. A young student named Julian listened in awe as Thomas explained how every star in the sky and every flower in the field served as a signpost leading the soul back to its maker. Thomas spent his most productive years writing the Summa Theologica, a massive work intended to explain every facet of the Christian faith. His loyal friend and secretary, Reginald, was always by his side. Reginald worked tirelessly, his quill moving across parchment to capture the river of wisdom that flowed from Thomas's tireless and brilliant mind.